Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to DESTRO'S Desk. Well, I'm sure you all know the deliveries have been coming in hot, so we got lots to go over real soon. But on today's episode of DESTRO'S Desk, we're going to take a look at the G.I. Joe Classified number 114, Big Boa. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm really excited to bring to you today this unboxing and review of the brand new G.I. Joe Classified figure, number 114. We're going to take a look at Big Boa. Big Boa is the Cobra trainer, and he is a boxer. There is a little bit of a backstory to this character, and I'll get to that shortly. But first off, let's get right into it and look at this box. So as you can see, we have another awesome art style picture on the front there of Big Boa with that helmet on. That really makes him stand out, and it's an awesome throwback replica version here of the A Real American Hero figure back from the 80s. In the box, we got the figure, we've got 2 dumbbells, we've got that helmet, and we've got 2 boxing gloves. On this side of the box, as you can see, we have that full-size artwork picture of Big Boa. He is number 114 in the series. And on the back of the box, you can see the figure there in the action figure form with that helmet on and the boxing gloves. And let me tell you, this guy just looks identical to that original figure. I think this looks amazing. So I can't wait to get this guy out of the box. We've got another shot there of that helmet from the side with that breathing tube. And if you had this figure as a kid, you probably lost that air tube because you don't often see it too much. But we also have on there a picture of his hand in the hand wraps. And as you can see, there's some blood on there. So this guy definitely takes his frustrations out on the Joes, and he definitely does not take any crap when he is training for Cobra. And as always, you got that QR code on the side. You can scan that and see where it takes you. So let's get this figure out of the box. All right, as usual, let's take a look at the accessories. So with Big Boa, we don't get any weapons. There's no guns, there's no knives, nothing like that, because his hands, those are his weapons. We get a couple 90-pound dumbbells. So just molded in black plastic with a 90 printed on there. And not too much to say about them. That's just about it. Just some good old dumbbells. Those will definitely be used for all your photography and shots of this guy. And then we get those boxing gloves. So I noticed too, this is there's a bit of a separate piece here. So the bottom cuff part of the glove, this will rotate in there. So there's lots of movement, so that articulation there will be able to move, which doesn't seem to be moving too much, but we'll look closer at that in a minute. So we got this in a red mold. We got some white paint apps on there for the palm side of the glove. And we got a really sweet Cobra logo on there, printed on really well onto the glove. Looks fantastic. I really like that. So some really good looking boxing gloves. We'll get those on him in a minute. And probably the most important piece out of all this, because in the Real American Hero figure and the 25th anniversary figure, we have never seen a head sculpt on Big Boa. So on this version, the classified version, they have added in a head sculpt, and we'll look closer at that. But for now, this is the helmet. So once we get this on him, this is gonna look just like the original, which I'm very excited to see that. So this helmet was molded in a very, very light beige plastic. We've got the silver paint app on the front there, on the grill of the front of his mask. We've got that air tube on the side. So we've got some silver paint apps on the end, and we got the black paint app on the tube, and we've got that mohawk looking spike strip on the top of his helmet. We've also got some other silver paint apps on there. We've got a red paint app for the stripe, and we've got those spikes painted in that same metallic silver. We again got the silver on the earpiece, and then we have that orange color that's going across the eye shield there. So an awesome looking mask. I cannot wait to get this on him, because this is really going to bring out the real Big Boa that we know. So that's about it for what comes with this guy. Not a whole lot. Like I said, no weapons, but his hands are his weapons. So next we will take a look at the figure. This character was created because they were in talks with Sylvester Stallone, because this is around the time when Rocky Balboa and the Rocky movies were big. They wanted to create an opponent for the Rocky figure, and this is what they created. But unfortunately, the talks between Hasbro and Sylvester Stallone, they couldn't reach an agreement and couldn't reach a deal to create the figure So the Rocky figure was scrapped, and they still kept the Big Boa figure. So this is Big Boa without the helmet on. Like I said, we have not seen him in a figure form with a actual head sculpt. So this is our first time seeing their representation of what this guy looks like under the mask. So we've got a awesome looking head sculpt. I think they did a really good job with this one. Really nice black hair on him. You got lots of lines of detail, lots of waves through the hair. So it's a flat black paint app on there for the hair. Looks like we got a little bit of a crooked nose on him. He's probably had that broken a couple times. Great looking mouth they put on him. They got the teeth exposed there, and as you can see, he's missing a tooth or two in the front. He's got a little scar there under his right eye. The eyes look fantastic. They're right on point, looking straight ahead, so that looks good. The eyebrows look good. All the paint apps on the head look really well done. There's even a bit of a 5 o'clock shadow on his sides of his face there. So some really good work went into that head sculpt to give us the first look at what this guy looked like underneath the mask. And then moving down, so we've got a naked upper torso like we just saw with Quick Kick, and we have seen with Dr. Mindbender. Now this one is not a brand new one. It's not a brand new sculpt because we have pins in the elbows, so this one has been used before. And then we've got the cross straps on him, and there's lots of nice paint apps on there, so it's all molded in the red. Again, they got those silver paint apps all over on the spikes. We got it on the buckles. We got it on the ring there in the middle, so that really stands out nice. They really did a good job with that. All the paint apps look really well done. Same on the back. All those spikes all over the place. There's also those more paint apps there on those straps where they buckle into the center. So that looks really well done there. And moving down, so we've got blue legs on this guy again, just like the original. This blue color looks great. We got the front piece there. I believe that was also, this was the Dr. Mindbender had this here. This time we've got it painted in red with a red belt on this guy that's molded in. We've got the silver paint apps on the buckle on the front, and there's also a plate on the back, so that looks really good. And like I said, we got those blue legs going all the way down, and all the way down to the bottom. We got some really neat looking boots here. I really like how they've got they did the red paint app there on the back of the boots, and the boots are molded in that black plastic. So overall, it looks like a solid figure to me. The colors on it stand out really well, and I can't say it enough that this is just looks identical to the original. We've also got on the hands, we've got these hand wraps on there that you would see fighters and boxers would have, and we've got a lot of blood spatter on there, so this guy has definitely been hitting some faces. So that's about it for the figure. There's not a whole lot to say. There's not a ton going on with this guy. It's just a really good throwback to the original. So let's get that helmet on him, because I can't wait to see how that looks. Now, doesn't that look awesome? I absolutely love this figure. I love the original. I had that one when I was a kid. I do not have it anymore, but I am looking to reacquire the original A Real American Hero figure, and I want also like to try to get my hands on the 25th anniversary figure, because Big Boa is one of my faves. But that helmet just looks outstanding. They did a really good job on that. This guy looks badass. So next I'll put those boxing gloves on him, and we'll see how that looks. All right, let's take a quick look at that original figure, the original Big Boa from A Real American Hero toy line from 1987. As you can see, this figure compared to the original, they did a really good job making this guy look just like the original in the 6-inch form. So hats off to Hasbro for this one, because I think this figure looks outstanding. So we've got the boxing gloves on him. So as you can see, when the boxing glove is on there, those cuffs do sit on there nice and snug, but there is the ability to rotate, but we'll look at the articulation in a second. All right, so for articulation, we'll go over this real quick. Pretty standard. So there's lots of movement for the head sculpt and the helmet sculpt. Lots of movement, and I must say, when I popped that head off and switched it up with the helmet, it came off and went back on really easily, so that was nice. There was no forcing. We got lots of rotation, 360 on the head. We got up and down movement. We got side to side. We got a little bit of that neck movement in there. For the arms, so we can extend those arms all the way out. No problem there. As I was saying, there's we do have pins in these elbows, and the movement there is very free. There's no problem at all. That moves very nice and smooth. Same on both sides. There's no issues there. Really good movement. We got the bicep twist as usual. We got the usual ab crunch, and there's lots of movement there. Everything moves nicely. This waist is nice and tight on this guy. There's no wobbling at all. We do have a bit of waist movement. Not a whole lot. Wish there was maybe a little bit more, but good thing is there's nothing's wobbly. It's all pretty secure there. Big Boa can do the old splits with no problem. We've got the thigh cut, and the movement there is good and free. Nothing sticky about that. And for the knees, it's a little stiff, but they're not too bad at all. Movement's pretty good. So we got these knees are pinless, so there's no problem there. And we've got the boot cut as usual, and we've got lots of up and down movement and a bit of side to side. So all the standard articulation with these figures, and I don't see any issues with this guy. Everything seems to move really well, freely, and nothing is sticking and nothing is wobbly. So overall, even though this is a very simple figure and there's not a whole lot to it, they really did an excellent job on this one, and I am absolutely loving this figure, as I'm sure all you guys will also. I know there's a lot of people that don't like this character, but for the ones that do, and if you're getting this figure, I think you're really gonna like this one. They knocked it right out of the park. So that, guys, is about it for Big Boa. I will put him in a few poses. And guys, as usual, hit that sub button if you haven't subscribed already. Hit that like button if you like this video. And definitely hit that bell so you know when my next video is up and ready for you guys to watch. And guys, thank you so much for all the new subs. Thank you for all the likes, everything for my recent videos. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate all your support, all the comments. Keep the comments coming. I love interacting with you guys. So until next time, guys, this is Big Boa number 114 in the classified series. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you real soon. Yo, Joe.